For those of you listening on the pod,
welcome into hour two. Let's dive into another top 30 visit, and then we're going to try to save enough time here at the end to do that mock draft that people were requesting. So
that is a possum in a dumpster.
Here's someone on the different end of the spectrum, all right, when it comes to the draft. This guy here, another reported top 30 visit scheduled with the Packers, Oklahoma State offensive tackle Dalton Cooper, all right? The Green Bay Packers have reportedly scheduled a top 30 visit with Oklahoma State offensive tackle Dalton Cooper, according to team sources marking him as a developmental prospect for the 2025 NFL Draft. Cooper, ranked number 249 on our PTA big board, brings a massive 6'5", 326-pound frame with 33-inch arms to the table, offering the Packers a seasoned lineman with the versatility and experience to compete for a depth role on their offensive front. Can you say backup left tackle, gents? That's what it feels like right here. All right, so let's go to the high school days. Look at this monster in high school, man. Tim, there's the double knee brace in high school, bro.
Yep.
So here's what we got. Scouting report coming out of high school. A 3-star recruit from Prague High School in Prague, Oklahoma. Dalton Cooper entered the 2019 class as a promising two-way lineman. At 6'6", 290 pounds, he showcased a blend of size, agility, and tenacity, starring as both an offensive and defensive tackle. His senior tape featured a powerful initial punch and solid footwork, earning him preseason Class 2A All-State honors from the Oklahoman. Ranked number 30 among Oklahoma prospects by 24/7 Sports, Cooper committed to Texas State over offers from Tulsa and New Mexico, viewed as a developmental talent with a high ceiling. All right, so here he was at Texas State. I thought that was a cool picture right there, by the way, coming out with the Texas flag and the American flag. You got to love it. College statistic. Cooper's 6-year college career from 2019 to 2024 across Texas State and Oklahoma State reflects durability and growth. In 2019, he redshirted at Texas State, playing sparingly. From 20 to 22, he started all 36 games at left tackle, earning freshman All-American honors from the Athletic in 2020 and third-team All-Sun Belt in 2021. Transferring to Oklahoma State in 2023, he started 12 of 13 games, 2 at right tackle, 10 at left tackle, allowing 2 sacks, and earning all Big 12 honorable mention. In 2024, he started 8 games at left tackle, surrendering 0 sacks and 1 pressure and 300 pass blocking snaps before a late season injury. Career totals 57 starts, 4 sacks allowed, over 3,800 snaps. So obviously he had the late injury. Now, he did compete at the combine, however. Look at this right here, boys. This RAS card, a 9.06. At the combine, Cooper measured 6'5", 326 pounds with 33-inch arms. There's that measure again, showcasing his strength with 26 bench reps and an elite 4.99 40-yard dash. You think that knee's okay? For his size, his 2024 tape reveals a technically sound tackle with a wide base and quick hands to stymie edge rushers, complemented by a 4.64 second shuttle that highlights his lateral agility. That scored him an 8, by the way. He excels in pass protection using his length to redirect speed threats and his anchor to stall power moves, making him a fit for Green Bay's outside zone scheme. In the run game, he's adept at reaching the second level and sealing defenders, though he's not a dominant people mover. His experience at both tackle spots adds versatility, projecting him as a swing tackle with starter potential if he refines his consistency. When you look at the PFF grades here, starting in 2019, 65.3, 69.3. In 2021, he jumped all the way to an 85.3. Then in 2022, he drops back to a 72.3. 2023, jumps to a 75. 2024, he drops back to a 73.2. But that pass block grade last year, gents, 85.5. I think Emilio just threw up on What do you think so far when it comes to Dalton Cooper here, man? I mean, they had him listed at 6'7", but of course the RAS, he ended up measuring in at about 6'5.5", a little less than 6'5.5", though, with those 33-inch arms, man. That's got to be what Goody's thinking about.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to get an opposition from me. Bring in the O-lineman. We got to protect Jordan Love. We got a road grade for Josh Jacobs. Run sets up the pass. I mean, bing, bang, boom.
Yeah, I mean, he's just been consistent and big body, big frame. Probably could grade out a little cleaner on certain aspects, but I mean, you're talking about 2022. He played 12 games, 2023, 14 games. Obviously, he had the late injury in 2024, but 72-3, 75-3, 73-2. Like you talked about, he's only allowed a handful of sacks his whole career, only 2 hits in the last 3 years. A significant snaps. I mean, I'm talking almost 1,000 snaps a few of these years. So the guy is absolutely battle tested. Like they talked about in that article, predominantly left tackle, but does have some snaps at right tackle. I mean, PFF has him right now at 315. To me, that's starting to look like some UDFA. I mean, I'd take how crazy would it be as if we just took another stab at a left tackle and the 7th, and we get Dalton Cooper, just as maybe we let Rashid walk and go get his money somewhere, and we just plug and play another 7th rounder. That's how we do it, baby.
There you go. What do you think, Tim? It's a big old boy here, man. It's crazy, too, is the reach, the frame. We talk about the height that's so important that scouts love, but that lateral quickness, man, he's definitely a pass blocker over a run blocker, no doubt about it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And, that's okay. In this offense, I think that's all right at the tackle position. And I agree with Jacob's point, maybe leaning towards a UDFA type of guy. But, if we load up, grab another pick or something, we got the comp pick in the 7th round already. If Goody finds a way to add a pick in this draft, I could see us taking him late in the draft. You never know. It depends on how it unfolds early,
Definitely. Injury and character concerns, all right? Cooper's injury history is light but notable. A lower leg issue in 2024 sidelined him late in the season, though he's expected to be fully recovered by summer. No chronic concerns cloud his resume, with his 57 career starts underscore his durability. Off the field, Cooper is a high-character prospect known for a quiet, blue-collar approach, strong film study habits, and no off-field issues. His basketball background, senior all-star selection, hints at untapped athleticism, enhancing his appeal. I could see him let's put his butt in there on a U71 Bacon, run a little boot action off of it, hit him in the end zone for a touchdown. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
All right, it says draft projection. Dalton projects as a late day 3 pick or priority free agent in the 2025 NFL draft, supported by his extensive experience, 57 starts in a clean 2024 pass blocking slate with 0 sacks. At number 249 on our PTA big board, he's a depth piece in a deep offensive line class. The Packers, with picks at number 23 and 54, might target him in rounds 6 to 7 or as an undrafted free agent, leveraging their success developing late-round linemen like Zach Tom. His floor as a reliable backup with developmental upside makes him a sleeper worth monitoring, though his ceiling may cap him as a career reserve. Here's what I just want to say 2 words that come to mind for me. It's a former 7th-round pick, Rashid Walker. Tall, good reach, one of these dudes like, hey, look, man, he's a developmental. They brung him in. He didn't play 1 snap his rookie year. Then he steps right in. He's your starting left tackle. Like, that kind of feels like this dude here, Dalton Cooper, is kind of that type of player, in my opinion. So we'll see what shakes out there. Anything else on Dalton Cooper, gents?
Nope.
He's no Travis Glover.
There it is. I was waiting for it.
Telling you, man. He made it a long time too before mentioning Tim. He did so good. All right, so let's take a quick gander at the draft board real quick. I wanted to look at this, and then we'll set up a mock draft for you guys and gals since it was requested earlier. So Emilio added in this awesome filter here. We're just going to go targets, okay? These are top 30 visits on our big board. You notice on the left, you still got the ranking, just -1 there, and that'll give you the true ranking. So the top-rated player that the Packers have had a top 30 visit with is James Pierce Jr., edge defender out of Tennessee. He was also a team captain. He's number 12 on our big board. Second on this list is Shamar Stewart, edge defender out of Texas A&M. He's number 15 on our big board. Next is Emeka Egbuka in the 19 spot, wide receiver out of Ohio State. And then in the 22 spot, you've got Michael Williams, edge defender out of Georgia. Then you've got Josh Simmons, who we just highlighted, in the 24 spot. Okay, so it feels like all 5 of those top 30 visits could potentially be a first-round pick, along with Savon Revel Jr., outside corner from East Carolina, who's in the 26th spot. You probably throw Matthew Golden in there as well. Many people have Matthew Golden much higher than we do. I've got him in the 37 spot right now, versatile wide receiver out of Texas. He's been the top 30 visit as well. Next, it feels like you're getting into that second round range, which maybe Matthew Golden they see as a second rounder. I don't think he's going to be around for that. TJ Sanders, 3-tech out of South Carolina. He's in the 41 spot. Then it drops all the way down to 113 with Jacob Bayer, center out of Arkansas State. 127, you got Isaiah Bond. That's Matthew Golden's teammate at wide receiver at Texas in the 127 spot. Then it drops down to Dalton Cooper, who we just highlighted, offensive tackle out of Oklahoma State at 240. And then Esa Poe, offensive tackle out of Washington State, is actually in the 353 spot on our board. So you got a couple of potential seventh rounders or UDFAs. It looks like you probably got a couple of third to fourth round picks there, right? Maybe even fifth rounder. A couple of potential second rounders, really just one second rounder, and you got 5 or 6 first rounders that you're looking at.
Edge, wide out, tackle, corner, wide out, D line, interior O line. It looks like Goody doing his due diligence as per usual.
Yeah. And the big thing too, Emilio, you help me set this up, man. When you look at the players, what you're looking for are all these boxes to be filled with info. Yeah. And that's an indicator of, hold up, you may have something here, right? So when you look at that, the first player on our board is Shamar Stewart in the 15 spot. He's got everything filled in. He got the Senior Bowl bonus. He absolutely dominated at the Senior Bowl, right? Daniel Jeremiah had him in the 27 spot. Kyle Krabs had him at 16. Dane Brugler had him at 9. The RAS was a complete 10, a perfect 10 after he trimmed down from 2. He was over 280 pounds at the Senior Bowl. And then a few weeks later, trimmed down to 267 to run the combine, right? And Greg Cosell I gave him a 1-point bonus because Greg Cosell, he said, I love everything about the kid. He just don't know how to rush the passer. You got to teach him that. That's what he said. Right. So that's one that sticks out to me, Emilio, that all those boxes are filled.
All the boxes on the right side there filled, and then on top of it, you're looking for all the emojis on the left, that we've gone with now because it was too long to try to add text, right? So we got to give a picture that's worth that information. If we can get the Clayton still was adamant about the hard eyes. We got a cheese emoji and then the target, right? So if we get that whole thing lined up, it's just like the golden ones we had, or were they magenta last year? That were just the absolute winners across the board. Then you bring them in for a top 30 visit. Out of the top 30, we drafted a third of them. So I think that it's right up our alley. I think that kind of narrows your eyes when you're, focusing in on draft time.
Yeah, and Jacob, when you look at all the boxes here, like I said, Shamar Stewart's the only one that has all the boxes full. The one that's next to closest to having them all full, Emeka Egbuka and our boy TJ Sanders.
Yeah. TJ Sanders just is seeming more and more like he's going to be a pick. Now, where that pick is kind of up for debate. I could honestly see if we did some sort of trade back out of the first, coming back in at some point to grab a TJ Sanders is starting to make more and more sense. Just the way things are kind of breaking down. It is interesting though. This is every single person that's had a top 30 visit. Is that what I understand?
Correct. That is correct.
Okay.
Now we can also go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's a little bit, it's not the grouping I would have thought if you had to based on what we need, quote unquote, and what, certain rumors are, but it is, I think, like Tim said, it's more of all right, let's get these guys in. Let's find out exactly what we don't know about them to make a well-rounded decision when we either get to the point where we decide to draft them or if we want to pull them in for a UDFA type situation.
Right. Emilio, I was thinking we had a defensive tackle in for a top 30 visit other than TJ Sanders. We don't, do we? Did I overlook one? I was thinking it was like a Walter Nolan or a Kenneth Grant. We haven't had anybody else in, have we?
No, not that I remember. I think that we did have a lot of cheese on D tackles, but there's not.
Let's do that.
That's the only target. I mean, cheese wise, Kenneth Grant, Walter Nolan, Alfred Collins, Peebles, CJ West, Jordan Phillips. But yeah, only the one 30 visit in TJ.
Yeah, and who knows? They may have gotten enough info there, right, and feel good about it.
Now, you got Derek Harmon on that list. Can you scroll down?
I don't know. They didn't meet with Derek Harmon at all yet.
No, they went to the Oregon's Pro Day, but we just didn't get confirmation that
no rumors. Yeah, no confirmation that they actually talked with him or met with him. So, and that's like we just all immediately went, oh, they're looking at Derek Harmon, So, and maybe that will get reported. What happens, and I don't want to speak for him, but it feels like Easton Butler is working behind the scenes and talking to players, and they confirm what teams they met with. Like, hey, yeah, I actually met with the Packers, the Lions, the Colts, whatever. And then he'll throw the tweet out, and that's where we grab the info and throw it on the board. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Now, I do want to point out this real quick. If we go back to just the top 30 visits, there are 2 players that had significant injuries in 24. That was Josh Simmons and Savone Revel. Okay, so that's just worth noting there. Just make a mental note of that for sure. So, yeah. Anything else on that before we get into the mock draft, gents?
I think we should make that a point of emphasis. Maybe try and pick from if we're going to do a mock, right? Let's look at our top 30 visits, or at least our, pro day meetings, combine meetings, something. Try and go off the board that we built so far.
I agree, and I think, like people said, let's try to get Emeka Egbuka in the first round because we haven't done that. Let's see if he's there when we pick at 23. Let's take him. And just see how the rest of the board shakes out. Everybody good with that?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Let's get this thing cranked up as we jump into a mock draft here on the mock draft database. Let's just go to wide receiver. Oh, he's there, gents. He's there.
We got to do it.
Yeah. Now, it's going to look like a bad pick to them because they've got him in the 33 spot. For us, we've got him at 19. This would be a home run. This would be an A++ if it were our board that was in the system, right? So we're going to go ahead Emeka Egbuka with the 23rd picks. Got a B+ there. So we went wide receiver first. Now the draft starts.
Wow.
What do you guys want to see, gents?
Oh,
I want to see you take Jalen Monroe.
Oh my God! Hey, by the way, it's sounding like the Steelers are on him now. Are they on him in the first, or are they on him in the second?
Right.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's picking up steam, and I'm so damn proud of our board because everybody rolled their eyes at the fact that we had him over Jackson Dart and the 3rd best quarterback. And I'm not saying he's better than Jackson Dart. I was just simply going, why do people hate Milroe so much? This dude ran a 4.3 40, and he's got one of the best deep balls in college football. But anyway, we're not taking him. I'm going to put everybody's worries to bed. I want to see here. Best available is Tyleik Williams, Jalen Milroe, Darius Alexander, Landon Jackson, Xavier Watts, Jack Sawyer, and Prince Lee. I've got this one for you guys. You ready? Manamilan is what that's what he said on an interview. So I don't want to hear anybody argue with me. He may change it later, but right now I heard him say in an interview, Manamilan. So there you go.
Prince from Ole Miss. That's how I remember him.
I'm just gonna call him Princely because that's a pimp name. I ain't gonna.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're gonna see.
I'm kind of gravitating towards Mr. Darius Alexander in this pick. What do you guys feel about that?
Are you kidding me, Jacob?
Now, we did say we wanted to kind of work the board a little bit with the top 30 visits, right? Is that what we agreed on?
Yeah,
at least the tees.
I think we should.
Okay.
So if we go D-line, then it might be Tyleik Williams then, right? Don't we have a visit with him?
Let's see if he's got the cheese emoji. We don't have a top 30 with him for sure. Tyleik Williams on our board. Do we have a cheese? We don't have a cheese, do we, Emilio?
Negative.
No, we sure don't. So I'm trying to see who would be best available. I'm trying to see if Darius Alexander. Did we ever meet with Darius Alexander? I'm not seeing him either, Emilio.
Yes, we did. Oh no, we did not meet. No, we met with. I was thinking Alfred Collins. Yeah, no.
And listen,
He's
we don't have
too old
to,
for Goody's taste. That's why we didn't meet with Alexander.
and we don't have to follow that rule. I'm just saying that we kind of mentioned it earlier. So Landon Jackson, we did not meet with him either, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be kind of hard to pick these guys out.
Well, what else we have for edge? Yeah,
I like Jack Sawyer quite a bit.
Yeah, we met with Princely. That's on the board here. So if we go, let's go D-line real quick. TJ Sanders is there. Obviously, that was a top 30 visit, right?
Shamar Turner.
Shamar Turner. I don't know if we met with him or not. It's kind of throwing me off having the Chiefs.
No, we haven't.
Who's the A&M guy we met with then? I might be getting them mixed up. I thought we met with someone from Texas.
Oh,
A&M.
that was Shamar Stewart.
Shamar Stewart.
Oh, yeah. Stewart. The other. Okay. There it is.
Start.
My bad. Stewart.
So at edge, we've got Landon Jackson, Jack Sawyer. Princely would be the highest graded player that we've met with so far, for sure.
Question.
Which player is best?
Can we look at cornerback?
Let's look at cornerback, Tim. I think that's a great idea.
Oh, that's a good point, Tim. Oof.
Jacob Parrish, Dorian Strong, Denzel Burke. I mean, Jacob Parrish is a reach for us right here, too. You know,
I think we
What
try to
about,
come back in
Kobe?
the third.
Kobe or Zy Alexander?
that's probably what it ended up being. What do you think, Emilio? What should we look at here, man? Position wise, maybe offensive tackle.
Yeah. That's tough, man. That really is.
I feel like we go Princely.
That's
Yeah,
kind
I
of what
think-
it feels like. Yeah, either
Yeah,
him
I
or T.J. Sanders, right?
I was going to say it's
Backpackers.
him and TJ Sanders.
Yeah, and again, this is if we follow the board to the only the visits so far, right?
Right. What about stack backers?
Stack backers. Oh, in the second round, you trying to get me kicked off.
Crazy.
Carson Swisinger, right? We met with Danny Stutzman.
We have, and Chris
Um,
Paul.
Danny Stutzman's a reach right now. Chris Paul, we met with. You're right.
Yeah, then I think you're right. I think it's got to be edge.
Yeah, it's either going to be Princely or it's going to be T.J. Sanders. Princely's the higher rated player here.
I would be completely fine with Princely. I think he was in that clip, right? He was running the circle that you
Mhm.
had.
Yep.
Dude's got some bend.
I've got him in the 54 spot, but we have where's our boy T.J. Sanders? Why am I not seeing him? Is he? Where's T.J. Sanders?
TJ
on our-
Sanders is. Whoops! I have this filter on.
He's not popping up on the cheese, bruh. And we had a top 30 with him.
Oh,
so maybe
yeah,
so we need-
don't have a cheese on him.
we need to add the cheese to them. If they're a top 30, they need to have the cheese for sure. So if you'll do that, where's he rated on our board?
He is 41st.
So it would be T.J. Sanders is higher on our board than Princely, is what it comes down to. But I'll let you guys decide. I'm going to stay out of this. If you'd rather go Princely over T.J. Sanders is definitely ranked higher on the board.
Well, I think we got to follow the
I'm going with Sanders.
rules. I'll go Sanders.
Sanders?
Yeah, I'll
Anybody-
follow suit.
All right. So nobody's opposed to Sanders. It's going to look like an ugly draft. But here we go at 63. We're going to take T. You know, I almost want to trade back. But Princely, nah, he'll be gone. All right. We're going to go T.J. Sanders. Here's boys. Defensive lineman out of South Carolina. So 2 top 30 visits we've taken, right?
Yes.
All right. Got it. Now, up next, pick 87. What do y'all want to see here? We got
Corner.
Ooh.
got Isaiah Bond, Josiah Stewart, Demetrius Knight, Shamar Turner. What's crazy is Isaiah Bond, best available. We met with him. That's a top 30 visit, too. Tim
Bring
was
him in.
so
Yeah.
Oof. I'm telling you. Corner is going to get just uglier and uglier as we
I feel
go.
like we come back in the next round. We get Kobe if he's still around.
and
Okay.
if he ain't
Um,
there, we're screwed.
Then let's take the receiver here then.
Actually, hold up a minute, boys. Highest on our board, cornerback wise, that we've met with. You see it, Emilio? You see who I'm looking at? Jacob Parrish.
It
he's
is
now-
really.
Yep.
He's 131 on our board. It'll look good to them here, but this would be one hell of a reach for us. He's going to be gone when we pick again, according to mock draft database. So
Can you go back to all real quick?
if you want to go corner, now's the time to go Jacob Parrish. So
What do you guys think about Demetrius Knight, though?
did we meet with him, Emilio? I'm not seeing it. No.
No, we did not.
Can we
I
see interior O line or tackles or something?
I do really like Parrish though. That dude has got some speed. I mean,
Isn't he a little short though? Does he fall below our threshold? Thought he was like a 5'9" guy.
Damn, really? He's
no,
5'9"?
he's got the hard eyes. So Clayton did the.
Arish is
Threshold.
5'10", I think.
Is
Yeah.
he? Okay.
He's versatile too, so that's interesting. But yeah, interior offensive line, you got Jared Wilson out of Georgia, Dylan Fairchild, Jackson Slater, Miles Frazier. Jared Wilson, did
We
we
did
meet
meet
with?
with. He's at
Yeah.
122 on the board, so he's 10 spots ahead of Parrish.
Yeah, so he's
What about
definitely
tackles? O tackle.
Trapillo.
Ozzy.
We met
Kilo
with,
would
right?
be who we
Yeah.
met with.
Okay.
And
Just
he
trying to get it.
And
Trapillo-
Belton, I thought we did too.
And Trapillo's 91 on our board.
Trapillo would be the best pick here in terms of players we met with. Right, there's nobody else that's ranked higher. I don't think, is there, Emilio?
I like
Right.
that Boston College connection too. You know,
Let's just look at where's Josiah Stewart. Did we meet with Josiah Stewart? We did not, did we?
No, not that I'm
He's
seeing.
fairly high.
You just look at edge. Yeah. Scroll down a little.
Ashton. Oof.
Savion
Ashton
Jones.
Gelati. We did not meet with Ashton, did we? No.
Nope.
Jared Ivey. Did we meet with Jared Ivey? We did not. All right.
Baron Sorrell.
Oh, I think it's got to be Trapillo,
I think Trapillo.
Wilson, or Parrish.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Who's the highest out of those guys on our board?
Ozzy.
Trapillo's the highest, yeah, for sure.
I mean, I feel like we're losing the cornerback position if we don't
That's what
go
I'm
it
thinking
here.
too, Jacob. Yep. We're either going to reach. We're either going to reach right now for a corner, or we're going to take whatever we can get.
Here's the thing: Jacob Parrish is a reach on our board right now, right?
Yep.
However, Kobe Bryant is in the 143 spot, and he's projected to be the 124th pick, which is exactly where we're picking next. So, if we skip on Parrish here, there's a chance Kobe's there, and that makes sense with the board, and we met with him. But if he's gone, we're screwed. We're absolutely screwed. So this is the epitome of reaching for a need right here. This is the definition of taking Jacob Parrish right now. You're reaching for a need.
Let's shake the dice, see if we can get him in round 4.
I agree.
Let's go Trapillo. You guys cool?
So we're going to go.
Yeah.
I'm good with it.
All right, we'll go offensive tackle out of Boston College, Ozzy Trapillo. All right. Now
we got Nate. Oh, boy.
Look at
Wow.
this. Look at this.
Still there?
Oh, he went.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. So now, in terms of cornerbacks,
He went right before us. Look at that.
in terms of cornerbacks that we've met with here, Jacob Parrish is gone. It'd be Kobe Bryant, right? Would be next. And then it would be Corey Thornton and Quincy Riley. So Kobe, and again, they're flipped, right? So if we go Quincy Riley, we get a better grade on Mock Draft Database, but we've got Kobe Bryant significantly higher, don't we, Emilio? Like Kobe Bryant is 143, and Quincy Riley is like 230 or 215. So,
Yep. Yeah, I think it's got to be Kobe.
Kobe.
Anybody disagree?
Get her done.
Negative.
Go. Kobe Bryant. Now we don't have to reach for any needs. We can stick right to the board, right? So let's see.
Tori.
Oh. All right. Let's see what we
Jacob
got.
loves Torrey Horton like I love Jaden Higgins.
It's
Just a quick recap. With the 23rd pick, we went Emeka Egbuka, wide receiver out of Ohio State. 54, we went TJ Sanders, defensive tackle out of South Carolina. 87, we went Ozzy Trapillo, offensive tackle out of Boston College. And then 124, we went Kobe Bryant, cornerback out of Kansas. Every year we do these exercises, there's always one player that's like, his name keeps popping up. Hark, we drafted him. Feels like it's Kobe Bryant this year. Am I the only one that feels like that?
Recently, for sure.
Yeah.
Like the last month or so, definitely.
All right, so linebacker Stutzman is gone. What have we not taken here, right? We've taken wide receiver, D tackle, offensive tackle, corner.
edge.
Yeah.
We have not taken an edge, which, I'm one of these people, like, me personally, the only way I would want to take an edge in this draft, in my opinion, is if it's the best player on the board. Like this whole idea that we got to have an edge, I don't understand it because they're going to be they're probably going to be the fourth stringer. They're going to be behind Brenton Cox Jr. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what do you do there? You've got, you're kind of 3 deep there, in my opinion. And if you guys have listened to Ryan's pod lately, man, the pass rush turned it on in the second half. People don't want to admit it, but it's true.
Brenton Cox had 19% pressure rate, dude.
Yeah. Lucas Van Ness cranked it up too. So, for what it's worth. But what do you guys want to see here, man? Y'all talk to me.
Can you scroll a little bit? I think right now Dylan Fairchild's jumping out at me, but I don't know. What do you guys think about Jamari Caldwell?
Jamari Caldwell, defensive lineman. Did we meet with him, Emilio? We did not.
Not that I'm seeing, no.
No, we haven't met with him.
Can we take a peek at tight end?
Yeesh.
This always bails us out, right?
Randy.
Hey, Randy Gatson.
All right. Did we meet with a Rondé Gatz? I don't think
I thought we did.
You said we did?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
I know we met with Harold Fannin, but I'm not seeing a Rondé Gatz.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. It was Harold Fannin.
And Harold Fannin is gone, long gone.
He gone.
So that
What about middle linebacker? Can we look at
linebacker,
I feel like
Jeffrey.
backbacker would be our only other option.
Do we meet with
there's
Teddy?
Danny Stutzman's gone. Chris Paul Jr.'s gone.
Mhm. Nick Martin.
Smile Munden would be the next one, and hell, he's gone.
He's gone.
Hey,
Yeah.
which, by the way, Emilio, somebody the other day I was scrolling Twitter. You wasn't on the show that night. I had it queued up, and I was like, I ain't gonna cover it because he's not on here. They were raving over Sean Dolac, bro. They were like, "This dude is a stud." I'm going.
Is he on the board? Can we take that man? Can we just take him with the last pick just for fun? Just get him on the board?
We cannot, sir. That's
why
amazing.
not?
I apologize. I don't make the rules. I just follow them. Okay.
Deontay
Ty
Thornton.
Felton. There's no wide receivers. I mean,
Thornton. We'll pick up some speed with that man right there.
Did we meet with Thornton? I feel like we did.
Uh,
He's just a lot lower on the board. Did we not?
we met with Corey. Wait. Yeah, no, we met with Corey Thornton.
Yes, we didn't meet with him. All right. What do we think?
Did you meet with Fairchild?
Dylan Fairchild. What is he? Interior offensive line? Is that right?
Negative.
Yeah, we didn't meet him. We haven't met with him.
All right. Well,
Jordan Phillips, defensive
Peebles.
line.
Peebles. We met with.
Yeah.
Our boy in here.
Peebles.
Yeah, we met with.
He's
We
106 on the board too.
Let's
I
go.
like that.
Run the
I like
card.
that.
Yeah, that's the pick right there. Jesus.
Yeah.
Doubling up. See, now I'm okay with doubling up on 3-tech
Me too.
because Kenny, you may move on from Kenny next year.
We already lost Slayton.
Yeah, and then you lost Slayton, so you got a void there already. And then
Right.
also Kobe Wooden was cheeks last year. So, all right, let's do it. Aeneas Peebles with the 159. But this is gonna be a good. This is gonna be an A+ here, I believe. Now,
Oh,
Oh,
B+. We'll take it.
it's good value according to their board. But. All right, so now pick 198. Let's see what we're looking at here.
Ooh,
Chase
that
Hunt.
could
Did
be
we
a-
meet? We have
God,
not-
we keep drafting him, man. We've mocked him at least 3 times, right, Clayton?
Yeah, and it's
popping up.
because he's so high on our board, Tim. But we haven't met with him. You know,
Yeah, it's crazy.
it's like I'm trying to see here. Jalen Noel's long gone. CJ West is gone. What about Elijah Roberts?
Ooh, I like that.
We met with Fidel Diggs. That happened the other day. I just don't know if I marked it yet or not, Emilio.
Tight end again? Can we look at tight end? Who's still there?
I like
Yeah,
Elijah Roberts.
We need to throw a cheese emoji on Fidel Diggs. I forgot to do it the other day. If you don't mind, man.
Okay,
When you get a chance.
You know what? That Q Robinson is an interesting prospect. I actually have a list of like 5 or 6 guys that were absolute steals. If you pull him up, he got hurt, I believe, but when the games that he played, he had a 24% win rush percentage, if I'm not mistaken.
Dang, that's crazy.
Obviously, he's in Alabama as well, so that's pretty good competition there, I'd argue.
Mhm. All right.
Yeah, man.
Jacob Bayer anywhere? Jacob Bayer, is he already gone? Nope, he's there. So he's 306. We could get him later. That's someone who's where's he at on our board? He's 113 on our board. Jacob Bayer is. So keep that. Let's earmark 250 for Jacob Bayer. Okay,
Right.
don't forget that 250 Jacob Bayer.
Didn't we meet with Eli Cox too?
I don't know if we did or not. Let's see here. Eli Cox, he's interior offensive lineman. I don't think we did.
I thought we did. Remember, because we were talking about how I'd get so excited because we'd have more Cox on the team.
Jesus.
You're an amazing person. You know that, don't you?
Thank you,
Just
Tim.
saying.
Yeah, I'm not showing that we met with him anyway. So
Look, too old for this. What happens if you click on the long snapper button? Like,
I can't.
hey, actually, we probably met with about 3 of these guys. There's
There
several.
actually is.
We met with Josh Rosowski. Let's see who else here.
oh my gosh.
Wait, who else are we looking for? Who else is on there?
Screenshot of the UDFAs right
We're
here.
just killing time now. Y'all know-
Yes.
Carson Vinson, we didn't meet with him, right? That I remember. Sebastian Castro.
A lot of people are saying he's a really good late round safety, but just where does he play? Even if he, you know,
Can we just take a peek at corner again?
Upton Stout.
Upton Stout.
Oh, there's a guy. That's
Mellow.
my favorite undersized corner in this draft is Upton
Quincy
Stout.
Riley's gone. Corey Thornton, is he gone? He is
Yeah,
gone.
O'Donnell Fortune.
Yeah.
I'm trying to run down. I'm going to sort this by corner real quick. Actually, I better not. That doesn't look familiar. I'm going to screw the whole board up. So I'm scared to death of this thing. Quincy Riley's gone, right? We already said that.
Yeah.
Elijah Huzzy. Anybody see Huzzy up there?
Mac McWilliams. We
Ooh,
met
O'Donnell.
with him. Oh, there's Corey Thornton right there.
Yeah, 200.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Wow.
So that-
Personally, I would rather double dip at corner than wide receiver. I know we need, we got to deal with Scoot being gone and stuff, but the receiver room's getting crowded even with Igbuka there at 23.
Absolutely.
He's gonna take a
That's
starting
true.
slot.
That's
So
true.
And Corey Thornton would make sense at pick 198 according to our board, but obviously they're going to give us an F because he's 377 on their board. So what we could probably do here, Jacob Bayer's 306, Corey Thornton is 377. So let's go Bayer with 237. All right. And then we'll go Thornton 250. That sound good?
yeesh.
So we'll go Thornton 250. All right. So who are we taking here then? Was pick 198. If we go down the list, I'm going to rattle these names off. Actually, Emilio, if you could go to the board and just read the names off, I can check the positions real quick and see if these players are here by chance.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Which ones are we going, DBs or what?
No, just go off the cheese emoji board and start with Tyler Barron, edge defender. Okay.
Okay, Tyler Barron, Miami. We have Jordan Phillips, out of Maryland. Bryce Claywood out of Kansas. Amar Johnson,
Hold up,
running
just
back.
a second. Offensive tackle, Cable Do, is that right?
Yeah, Claywood.
Cable is due. He is not on here. Okay.
Running back, running back Amar Johnson, South Dakota State.
Nope.
Okay, Jonas Sanker, safety out of Virginia.
I hardly know her.
You stole my joke.
I don't see Sanker there either.
Okay,
right.
Efton Chisholm, wide receiver, Eastern Washington.
Yeesh.
Efton Chisholm is there. Whew. That's the highest graded player on our board right now of players that we met with.
Besides, the next one in line is Corey Thornton.
Yeah. Like Tim said, it's like wide receiver room's a little crowded right now, but Efton Chisholm did have a low drop rate, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
Efton Chisholm has a drop rate of 2.4% with a contested catch rate of 58.3, grade starting in 2022, 74.3, 82.4, 92.1.
was number one ranked wide receiver in 24.
Yes.
Prince in the chat brought up a good point too. He, said something earlier about wide receiver probably has the best value. Like if we're really looking at it right now.
That's what the board says. So.
Yeah, I'd love to double dip at corner, but I think Prince is probably right there.
All right, we're going to go Efton Chisholm then, all right?
Only issue is he's 5'11", 200 pounds. Another guy.
That's not an issue, Jacob. That fits.
Not
the
an
board.
issue.
Why are you always worried about size, man? Why?
You try working at the Oval Office and not worry about size, all right?
Get ready to go.
Tell you what.
So, again, what's his size again, Jacob?
He's 5'10", just a little bit over 5'10", 200 pounds. Not that I'm just saying we're a duplicitous amount of that same size receivers is what we're looking at.
Right.
So you're using them big words, and since I don't know what they mean,
Doc used it earlier. Doc used it earlier.
We're doing it. Efton Chisholm. F.
Effed it.
F it. Chisholm down there somewhere.
This will be the draft. You watch. This will be Goody's draft, and everybody will hate it. So next we're going to go interior offensive lineman. Hopefully he's still there. Boy, where are you at, sir? No. Oh, no.
No.
Jacob Bayer. We're good. All right, so we're going to go Jacob Bayer, right? Or was it Corey Thornton? That would make more sense right here.
I think we're going Jacob Bayer, right?
Yeah. I'm just trying to see which one was higher on the board. Where's Corey Thornton? Did somebody
Corey Thornton is 200.
Right now, I mean, like on here, like he's gone. Somebody took him, screwed our whole draft up.
Wow,
he's gone, boys.
And that's what you face on draft day. All right, now we gotta think outside the box. I know
Donald Fortune. Let's go.
We're gonna go ahead and get Jacob Bayer before.
Okay, and get my boy. Yep, get my linebacker 250. Thank you.
Jeez.
Unbelievable.
Clay Webb's good. I like Drew Kendall or Clay Webb, to be honest.
Did we meet with Drew Kendall? I'm trying to remember.
Uh,
That's a negative.
Get a couple of Boston College guys for that O-line. All right.
Logan Brown, is he still around? Probably not.
No. Trey Wettig.
There's Esapole. We met with him.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll be
He
darned.
was a top 30, actually.
Yeah, top 30. We got to take that, right?
Yeah.
Horrible grade here. Bang. All right, there it is. And again, the whole point of that exercise was these are players that the Packers met with in the order of our board. And obviously, we kind of prioritized top 30 visits. Emeka Egbuka, top 30 visit. TJ Sanders, top 30 visit. Jacob Bayer, top 30 visit. Esapole, top 30 visit. So we got
That's
four.
literally what's going to happen, though. It's going to be
Seriously.
like half the top 30 visits, and it's going to be everyone that they met with.
Yep.
Well, we got
So-
3 defenders. I'll take it.
Again, to recap here for everybody listening on the pod, with the 23rd pick, Emeka Egbuka, wide receiver out of Ohio State. With pick 54, we went TJ Sanders, defensive tackle out of South Carolina. Pick 87, Ozzie Trapillo, offensive tackle, Boston College. Pick 124, Kobe Bryant, cornerback out of Kansas. 159, Aeneas Peebles, defensive tackle out of Virginia Tech. 198, Ethan Chisholm, wide receiver out of Eastern Washington. 237, Jacob Bayer, interior offensive lineman out of Arkansas State. And pick 250, Esapole, offensive tackle, Washington State. Was Ethan Chisholm a visit, Emilio?
Efton Chisholm was just a no, it was he just
So
had the cheese.
He did have the cheese. That's what I'm saying. So we met with him.
Oh,
right? We did not.
Sorry.
I think we screwed
Yeah,
that
no,
one up.
we did. No, we did meet with him.
Okay,
Sorry.
got it.
196.
So every one of these the Packers met with, and we got 4 top 30 visits. So there you go. All right. And I keep seeing this brought up too. Again, Green Bay used top 30 visit for UDFA. They do use it for UDFA. But last year, 10 of the 11 draft picks were top 30 visits, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So the only draft pick that was not a top 30 visit last year was Marshawn Lloyd. Now, I think we took 11, if I remember correctly.
Right.
Or maybe it was 10 total, but every draft pick last year other than Marshawn Lloyd were top 30 visits. So yes, we do use it for for undrafted free agents, absolutely. But it's not that's the only thing we use it for. People, there's this big misconception in the draft community that, they use it to throw smoke screens. Bro, like a third of our top 30 visits ended up on the roster last year. So throw that BS out the window with Brian Gutekunst. I'm just telling you. But all right. Greg Rice, this is interesting too. Greg Rice pushes back again and says Bayer is a UDFA all day long. Well, on our board, we have him. This is interesting because on our board, we've got him in the 113 spot. So,
all right.
Yeah. Chuck says Egbuka screwed the draft. Love it. All right. Anything else, boys? Bad juju confirmed.
I mean, I think it's a great indicator of the fact that you can't base your whole draft on saying I have to go this player in this round.
All right.
It's an absolute crap storm after that because it just does not. It ruins the whole process of what you've done with your building your board. It ruins it.
Mm-hmm. Greg Rice says, if you can get him as a UDFA, why would you not? You absolutely would. Can you guarantee he's going to be a UDFA? Because our board is saying this dude's probably going to go in the 5th or 6th round at least.
Yep.
So that's what you got to ask.
We got him in the 7th, so we'll take it.
Bingo. So, I mean, we could just look at 30% of our board where the Packers met with players and go, all right, all these are going to be UDFAs. We got them all. But that's obviously not how it works. So, all right. Anything else, boys? As United Bates says here, this is why we do these experiments.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Great point.
That's why you do it. It's not our favorite mock, but man, I'm telling you, when we're live on draft night at our watch party and everything, there's going to be things happen that we go, of course, Goody did that.
Yeah.
Of course, he went that route, and we didn't see it coming. So, yeah. Anything else, gents? Before we wrap this big bear up, this is fun, man.
Yeah. Loved it. Glad we did one with the only meetups.
Can I?
Go ahead, Jake.
I was actually going to just bring up one random player that it could just be the dumbest thing ever. But I was trying to think like what would happen if the Packers saw a guy in the late rounds Let me see if I can find him here. We probably wouldn't need a safety, right? Do you guys all kind of think safety? We're pretty much covered there.
Unless
Not
he's
a-
a slot guy.
Okay,
We'll
so
drop
I'm looking
that
through
slot.
these. I found a guy named Marquez Sigle, Sigle, plays for Northwestern, or I'm sorry, Kansas State Wildcats. And he's a little interesting because in 2022, he grades out pretty decently. Nothing ever crazy good, but in 2022 is an 84.9, 2023 76.5, 2024 72.5. So he's downgraded every year. Well, kind of, but if you look at his snaps, it's very interesting because the best graded year was 2022, where he just so happened to basically play out wide corner. After that, in 2023, they had him in the slot almost 90% of the time. Same thing in 2024. But that one year where he was a true outside wide corner, he played 11 games. He had over 200 and some odd snaps. He had 15 tackles, a couple assisted tackles, but he graded out really, really, really well. Do you guys think of any kind of late safety tweener where the Packers just take a flyer on him and think,
What
hey,
was that
we can
guy's
maybe
name?
throw this? Marcus Sigle, Sigle.
Is he on our board?
Nope. If is it a Marcus? Is that right?
Yeah. Marquez.
Okay.
Yep.
Marquez. No, we don't have him, so we need to add him to the board then. That might be an interesting one to work in. So
Yeah, 72.5 grade last year. Yeah, you're right, Jacob. Played all over the place, man. And looks relatively healthy too. Didn't miss a lot of games the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm. It just seems like one of those guys where it's like they could announce that draft and everybody, who is this guy? Like who are we talking about here? That just seems like a weird.
happens every year, man.
Yeah.
Year.
Yep.
So Coach Lynn said this is going to be epic in about 2 weeks. It is going to be awesome, man. And again, we're going to get up there. We're flying into town on Wednesday. The goal is we get there early enough, Emilio. We'll get to the house, get everything set up for the stream, and then we'll all go out. Obviously, we got dinner plans at the Republic Chop House. I'm excited about that place, man. It's so good. So we're going to go up there, grab some grub, and then what we'll probably need to do is an afternoon show to get some content out to everybody once we get everything set up before we go to dinner. Probably be ideal. And then probably do one Thursday morning before we head over to the draft. And then we'll be back in time before the draft starts to give you guys the live draft party. It's going to be absolute blast, man. Badger Trio, the super chat. Thank you, buddy. Do you see us trading out of the first? Seems too far. Yeah, it is a good little distance, isn't it? Boy, you better be picking up multiple picks if you trade all the way to at least 33 from 23. 10 spots going to get you all kinds of draft capital, I would imagine.
Yep.
I think if you trade back, Badger Trio, you're probably going to stay in the first, would be my guess. Although, I don't know, man. When you trade back, when you trade your first round pick, if you're not in the quarterback market, these teams like to get in the first round to get that fifth year option. So most likely they'll be trading up with you because they're not in the first round or they've already used their first round pick, right? So I don't know, man. I kind of feel – I keep going back and forth. How do you guys feel about that? And we'll wrap up. Like, are you team trade back? Are you, hey, let's stick and pick? What do you guys think?
If we trade back, I'd like to stay in the bottom of that first round.
I want to trade back five to 7 picks at the most.
Yeah. We did that a couple of nights ago on a mock, right, Clay? We traded back. We went from 23 to 27 or something, 28. And I think that mock shaped out pretty well. I don't know if we saved it, but I think you're right. If we go out of the first round trading back, we gotta load up on later round picks for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not opposed to picking up draft capital. I was at first thinking that Goody was going to try to trade up, first time when we were first talking about it, but I don't think that, he's not going to want to add picks. So I do think that's definitely a possibility.
Yeah. Coach Lynn says trade back in the beginning of the second, control day 2. That would be cool if you traded back and literally had 4 or 5 picks and
trades back twice. Trades back with the Ravens once, picks something up, then trades back again with the Browns or the Titans, gets himself into round.
And we could get those 3 techs we were looking at too. For sure.
And there's going to be a handful of edge defenders that we still got high on our board too, like a Jared Ivey, possibly somebody like that. So,
maybe even decent receiver value too in the second and third rounds.
Emilio, do you guys have Joey Slackman on your board? And then I'll stop talking.
Slack.
While you look over this, says trade up for Buka. I can see that if they like Egbuka enough, him being in the 19 spot, maybe they trade up a couple picks, leapfrog somebody to take him. That could be a case.
I think that's a possibility. Slackman, Jacob, 296.
Tim, have you looked up his PFF real quick? Talk about a guy in 2024. He did not perform very well, played 9 games, had a 66.5, but the 2 years prior, Joyce Slackman, Florida Gator, in 2023 graded out as a 90.7 with almost 500 defensive snaps, 6 sacks, 12 hurries, and the year before that in 2022 was an 85.1 with almost 500 snaps, 7 snaps, 4 hits. I have not heard him talked about whatsoever, but the 2 years before the last, he was absolute dominant.
He is 24.
Oh,
there you go.
I'm just saying.
Speaking of DiCaprio, Greg Rice has any news on the butt tat?
It's coming.
We're getting it designed over the draft.
Sit your butt outside.
Draw up on a napkin in a drunken stupor at the Republic Chop House.
I don't want to pat you on the butt and you poop my hand. So
Holmes MD1 says, "Ask Tat alert." All right. This show sucks. So I think everybody is just like completely devastated by that mock draft.
Yeah, we lost him.
None of us locked it. So, all right, that's it. That's why you do the exercises, though. So we hope that Goody doesn't do that on draft night. But man, it would make a lot of sense if his board looked like ours. That's what his draft's going to look like if we stick to just the visits for sure. So United Base, appreciate you, buddy. And look, let's give a shout out to all the super chats: Jason Y, Chuck Jaggers, Evan Hooper, and our boy Badger Trio with the super chats. Really, really appreciate it. We looked at that one, didn't we? Yeah, okay, cool. All right, awesome. Everybody in the Patreon group, thank you guys for the questions. Those were great too. If you guys want to join the Patreon group, scan the QR code in the upper right or go to patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access. Getting 2 more episodes of Chalk Talk uploaded here in the next couple of days. Also, we got all the content we covered tonight. You can go back, comb through it. It's in there. It's all organized in the collections tab as well. So everything's right there at your disposal. So that's it, guys. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
What is your problem, Jay?
We lost him.
Chat. We lost. It's I can't talk about it. It's fine.
I see it now. We're just going to end this thing. Y'all have a good night. Bye.
Let me go. We out.
Bye, guys.